So, in the aftermath of Hurricane Helene that just pretty much destroyed North Carolina, the Biden Harris administration is doing a lot of explaining as to where the money at, why only a certain amount of money is being allocated to U.S. citizens, but yet it seems like the rest of the world could benefit from our taxes. Don't understand it. But let's get into this video here because now it seems that someone found about $8 billion that FEMA has that could be used to help the citizens. But let's watch the video. Let's go through this video first.
So another controversy to unfold yesterday during the press briefing. The White House is having a very difficult time answering why they can pledge millions of dollars to aid in Lebanon while Americans are still struggling to recover from Hurricane Helene.
It's an important question. Brooke Singman here with more. Brooke.
Yeah, guys, it is. So the White House is facing serious questions about their priorities after Vice President Kamala Harris pledged to send $157 million of additional assistance to Lebanon.
Let's see what this says. She says, today I announced that the Biden-Harris administration will provide $100 million to repair I-40, a major artery for Western Carolina. And I am concerned about the security and well-being of civilians suffering in Lebanon and will continue working to help meet the needs of all civilians there. To that end, the United States will provide nearly $157 million in additional assistance to the people of Lebanon. You're supposed to take care of home first, no matter what, right? No matter what. Now, what they're going to try to say, what they've been trying to say is the money that's going to migrants, illegal migrants that's coming to the country, the money is going to other parts of the world. That money has been allocated by Congress. And so it has to be used for that specific reason, right? What it's allocated for. Now, remember, what's that woman? Bonnie Willis. Y'all remember her, right? She done kind of slid under the radar. Her election is coming up soon. Don't y'all forget that. She was part of a controversy because, if I'm not mistaken, she went to the state of Georgia asking for a certain amount of money to use for like investigations or research or putting resources behind, I want to say like prison gangs or something like that. Then she said that's what she's going to use it for. But then turns around once she gets the money and uses it for something else. And then when she's questioned on it, this woman said that we, or y'all, whoever asked her the question, that we cannot tell her what to do with that money. She could do what she wants to with the money because the money is hers now. It's like, whoa. And that just goes under the radar. Now your government, your federal government, in the same kind of predicament and saying, well, since this money has been allocated for a certain resource, it has to go to that, no matter what's going on over here. Now, everyone pays bills. At least I hope so. At least I hope all adults got a job, paying bills, ain't living off nobody leeching or whatever. You know, if you got your 10 fingers, 10 toes, you should be out there working and paying bills. Okay, so when you learn how to budget and get to the point of where you budgeting your money correctly, you allocate your money to different things. Like this will go to the mortgage. This money here go to the card note, insurance, food, and emergency funds. Now, a lot of times people say, man, I don't have enough money to save and put in emergency funds. Yes, you do. Because you can put $1, couple of dollars, $5, $10 aside each check. 25 cents, something you can put, something you teach your kids, put in a piggy bank. That way your money can grow. Although we know money has no value, you should try to put your emergency and your savings into assets, but we can get into that in a different video. But you allocate money to different things. But let's say an emergency comes up. Someone gets sick, someone gets injured, gotta go to the doctor, whatever. Another bill, a medical bill comes up. Shouldn't use medical. A lot of people don't pay those. They say the hell with that. But let's just say something happened to the car, and you haven't raised enough money to really be able to pay to repair your automobile. But you started, but you really don't have enough. So what you may have to do is you may have to rob from Peter to pay Paul, as they say, borrow from other allocations in your finances in order to get that car running, because you need the car to go to work, right? If anything you need to do, you make sure you got a place to lay your head and a way to get back and forth to work. Food, everything else, clothes, all that other stuff, it'll come. You can wear the same outfit every day. You can eat beans and rice every day, drink water, eat bologna, have peanut butter jelly sandwich every day. That stuff you can do every day. If you don't eat, whether you like it or not, noodles, whether you like it or not, you can do that every day. But you make sure that your number eight, your A and A, your 1A and 1A and 1B necessity is taken care of, and everything else will fall into place. Sometimes you have to do that. But for some reason, your federal government thinks otherwise. But let's get back into this. I just wanted to give y'all a personal understanding, give you an example so you can kind of understand where everybody, those of us who understand about bills and money and not taking handouts and working for yourself, paying your taxes, trying to be productive members of society, doing your part, thinking that, hey, if I do this, the government or whoever, everybody else do this, we all should be in the same boat. But then when somebody who claims that they on your team, but they go a different way, you got to explain that.
Lebanon, an hour before she pledged $100 million to aid in North Carolina. Watch this.
President Biden is fond of
excuse me,
saying, show me your budget and I will tell you what you value. If he's got money for people in Lebanon right now, without Congress having to come back, what does it say about his values? There's not enough money right now for
His
people
values,
in North Carolina who need it. That's not misinformation.
No, the way you're asking me the question is misinformation. Yes. What you're asking me is why Congress needs to come back and do their job. That's what you're asking me. Congress needs to come back and do their job and provide extra assistance, extra funding to disaster relief fund.
Hold on. Now, she said what? Congress need to do their job and say, let's allocate money to disaster funds, right? But wasn't it right here? Today, I announced that the Biden-Harris administration, you didn't say Congress. Oh, hold on. And to that end, the United States will provide nearly $157 million additional assistance to people in Lebanon. Did Congress approve that? Because nowhere on this post did Kamala Harris say Congress had to approve that 157 million or the money that's going over to Ukraine and Israel, and we can go on and on. It's like beating a dead horse. We keep saying the crap all the time, and it's like it's going to death on a deaf ear. But Congress didn't have to approve that, but they got to approve to give money to your own citizens. Explain that. What they say, make it make sense.
That's what this president wants, and that's what the vice president wants. Thanks, everybody.
North Carolina residents are pleading for more assistance from the government to help them recover from Hurricane Helene.
My daughter, whose house got...
Hold on, before you start talking, you know what? For those of us who works in, who works, and let's say you get a corporate job, and let's say you kind of move up the ladder into management positions, and management positions, and you start to learn that everything that upper management tells you they want down there when you're like just a regular employee, when you move up to management, you start to realize that that's not really what they want. What they really want is to make sure they're you maximizing profit with as much effort but as few people as possible, employees as possible. You work each employee you stretch them as far as you can, and then and just so you can make as much money as possible. When you see that, it starts to frustrate you, because now you see what's really going on, what's really the motivation behind everything, and that the people down the bottom, they really have no choice. They have no choice. They have no chance in the world to actually get to where they've been told they need to get to. It's just impossible, because you don't have the backing, you don't have the help, you don't have the funding from the people up top. So then you get to, I say myself, you get to a point to where if the powers that be are not helping you, but yet you are supposedly in power and you're representing them and you are representing the people below you, and they're looking at you for help or answers, What you do is that you come to the conclusion, you come to the saying that you ask for forgiveness before you ask for permission. What that means is you see there's a need, you see there's a problem, you take care of that problem. And later on, you deal with everybody else. And if they don't like it, they get mad, they want to get rid of you, whatever the case may be, so be it. But as long as your people or the situation or the problem is handled and everything is running smoothly, the hell with what they say, because maybe in the end, they'll be like, you know what, you did a great job. We're going to, you know what I'm saying, keep doing what you're doing. We can't get rid of you, can't demote you, we can't fire you because that'll look bad because you actually solved the problem. If your president and your vice president claim they need Congress to have to allocate money to help the citizens of this country, then what he need to do is do an executive order, which he can do at any time if he wanted to. We know he can do this, just like with the border crisis and the lies they told that they needed Congress in order to close the border. Now, Trump told everybody he could do it himself. He can do what he wants to. He's the president. He can do an executive order and have it done. The man can do if the man can create an executive order and say, hey, we're going to slow this money down going to other countries, and we got to help our people first. We got to make sure our people is taken care of first, and then we'll see what we got left for other countries. But let's listen to the dude talk about his daughter. Hold on.
My daughter, whose house got completely wiped out, she has no flood insurance, meets with a FEMA person, applies for everything doesn't get the $750 that Kamala says that she's supposed to get, gets approved for $300 for personal items. What is that going to do?
Where are you? These people have lost their home.
I went to HEB yesterday, and in 3 or 4 little bags, I spent $100. $100 on, what did I get? Let me see. I got some pistachios, mixed nuts, chips, almond milk, real almond milk, not that bull corn that got the soy and all them other, the almond milk only like 2 ingredients in it. What else did I get? Was it a bottle of wine, I think? But anyway, it was $103 for 3 little bags. So like he said, what are you going to do? What is she going to do with $300?
Homes, they've lost their businesses, they've lost everything, and they need some support. They need help. And $750 is not much help.
It's just horrible. So the FEMA administrator confirming to Fox News that the agency does not have enough funds to last beyond immediate needs.
We don't have enough money to continue throughout the rest of the year. And we went into immediate needs funding earlier in the year to make sure we could do just what we've been doing through Helene, as well as now the preparations for Milton.
Well, FEMA says they are running out of funds. A DHS Inspector General report finds that FEMA had $8.3 billion in unliquidated funds meant to relieve declared disasters from 2012 or earlier. More than $7 billion of that could potentially be returned to the Disaster Relief Fund. But analysts say FEMA cannot tap into unspent funds from long ago crises, so the money stays frozen. Guys.
So they can't tap, but they don't say why. When you have a corporation, you have a government, you have a group of people who make decisions, you can always change the rules. That's what you have courts for too, like Supreme Court. When people lose a court case, hell, you look at old cases when it comes to like taxes and how people pay taxes. A lot of time, the reason why a lot of these tax laws are changed because citizens went in, sued the government, sued the state, then take it to the Supreme Court, and they win the case. And laws get changed. You can change anything. Hell, I work in, like I said, the nursing, the medical dialysis field. Every month, something new comes across my emails corporately to where changes are made. Well, most of the time it's in the clinic, where certain things that were done in the clinic maybe 10 years ago or even last year, there's an update to it. It's called like a what they call it, a governing body, like a gap, where it's just a change in policy, and they change, and it happens all the time, and every month something changes or something is updated. It can be done if they want it to be done. I told y'all before in videos dealing with the migrant crisis up in New York, and I said the reason why these migrants will come in is because they have that money already there, a certain amount of money, right? And it's not being used. It's allocated for migrants to come over, but they can't use it because they're not allowed to use it unless it was for migrants. So what they do, they flooded the country with migrants so they could tap into that money. This is just my opinion, but I'm just going by things. I'm just going by what I see and putting two together. They can tap into that money and use it for these migrants that need all this asylum, and that way they can use it so they can have a reason to get paid overtime and all this other money and get hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars. They can get paid because they are helping these people that need our help. That's how it goes. And then once they start running out of the money, which is what is happening, now they're slowing the border down. Now they want to send them back and not give asylum to all these people because now they've been able to use that money, like giving money to the Red Cross in situations like this. And people say, man, Red Cross get like $10 billion and they only use like 100 million to help people. Why? Because all that other money is used for staffing, these nonprofits, the buildings, what do you say? Like the people that work there, the volunteers, not the volunteers, they don't get paid, but all that other stuff, they use all that 90% of that money goes toward like I said, the staff and the building and stuff like that. Then a little bit of 10% goes to help those in need. That's why they say don't give to people like the Red Cross. Give to the people directly. Find the little small organizations, nonprofits that are actually you give them, you can give them money, or they say, hey, just bring us the food, bring us water, bring us clothes, bring us diapers. You don't have to give us the money. Buy the stuff yourself and then donate it to us, and we'll go take it there. You give to organizations like that, not like the Red Cross. But let me go ahead and finish. I think this is done, though. I think this is finished.
Bureaucracy at its worst.
Now, we go back to this here, right? Let's say they got that. So that $7 billion of untapped FEMA funds, like I said, they can't go and touch it, but it's there. Again, you ask for forgiveness, not permission. You go and get that money, help your citizens out, and then come back later and say, hey, yeah, we use that money, but they got no problem using that, it's funny. The government won't use money that's out there for tangible, disasters, things you can see. But yet, it'll be a breaking news story that someone in Congress has used money, or a mayor, governor, commissioner, city council, school district superintendent has used money allocated for certain things, and they use it for their own personal gain, and now they done been arrested and going to jail and going to court for using money for things that got nothing to do with the people. But yet, when it's time to use the money for the people, now they just deaf, dumb, and stupid and don't know what to do with it. Man, but hey, I'm done. Yeah, that's enough of that. I don't care what this government said, what your president, vice president says. You're full of crap. You got money, use it for your people. If you want your people to be, what he say, so look at what somebody use their money for. You can tell what they, whatever he said. You can tell where their heart is at by where they put their money at. That's an old saying, just follow the money. That's a saying that's been around forever. So the U.S. government, hey, we got less than 30 days. Well, no, actually, 4 weeks from the day, I believe. What's the day? The 8th? Yeah, 4 weeks from the day. You guys can vote. But no. Myself, I got 15 days before I vote because I'm going to early voting. Get it out the way. I already know what I'm doing on a national level. Still looking at my local policies and politicians to see. Excuse me. Man, I had this cold. Been lingering for the longest. But anyway, to see what what their policies are to see who I'm voting for locally. Oh yeah, because we're going to the polls this year. Oh hell yes, we're going to the polls, and everybody need to go. Go do early voting. Don't wait until the last minute. Early voting. Show the people that you're tired of what's going on and it's time for a change. It may help, it may not, it may turn out worse. Who knows? But we know one thing, don't like where it's at now. So we got to try something different. That's the only way you become successful when you get out there, go against the norm and try to do more. But anyway, tell what you think about this story. Leave your comments below to share with the world. Let's dialogue. You know how we do around here. Like I said, I want to thank y'all for watching, but don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. All four of those things cost you nothing more than maybe a couple minutes out of your day, but it means the world to us here. Don't forget to go to marlonmorale.com. That's marlonmorale.com. Get 10% off your first order, or click on the shop button below this video and you can get products there. You won't be disappointed, I promise you. But with that being said, I leave you in peace and I'll see you on the other side.